Absolutely. Hey, speaking of that card, man, I want to know, just from your opinion, or from where you're sitting, where do you think Michael Bisping goes from
You know
here?
what? Real quick, before the record, I thought that was an amazing fight.
Absolutely.
By the way, I thought that Demetrius
Absolutely.
Johnson flyweight title.
Great
I
fight.
thought it was great.
I knew it was going
record.
5.
For the record, I had my, it didn't surprise me that it went 5, but I thought it was a fantastic fight.
Absolutely. What's next for Bisping?
You know what? What makes the most sense for Bisping to me is the winner of Chris Weidman, Tim Boast.
I agree.
But, I'm going to throw a curveball at you. What would you say about a little cross-promoting with champion Luke Rockhold? I think that would be a great matchup.
You know what? I think that would be a great matchup, but then you're going to hear, not that everything at the end of the day is up to Michael Bisping, but you're going to hear him say, he's not in my league, he just came here, I've been here 8 years, blah, blah, blah,
I'm going to tell you.
But you look at a guy like Bisping, in my opinion, I think he needs to fight another top 10. I mean, whether you argue Luke Rockhold is a top 10 185er at this point, probably is. So, I mean, it would make sense. But, the fact of the matter is, I think you need more than just one win to justify a title shot. I mean, Michael Bisping's still talking title, and here we are. You know what? He lost to Chael Sonnen in February.
Did. It was controversial.
It was controversial.
He's one thing I learned from that fight. He's not ready for a title shot.
No, he's not ready for a title shot.
He's got some work to do on. He leaves himself open for counter strikes. I don't know if you noticed that. Every time he throws a punch, it's like he's just leaving his head right there. And last I checked, Anderson Silva's decent striker. Decent striker.
I guess he's okay.
Yeah.
You know what? Just compare the two. Michael Bisping, Chris Weidman. Chris Weidman's 9-0, 5-0 in the UFC. He's putting people away. Michael Bisping's fighting competitive fights. He's fighting good fights. I mean, they're all top 10 fighters. They're all, right up there, in line with the title shot themselves. But for my money, I think you got to put somebody away to justify being in Anderson Silva's league right about this point in time.
I agreed. So are you in agreement that maybe he deserves like a number one contender? We don't ever have those anymore, but a number one contender match with Chris Weidman?
Yeah, I would like to see him fight either Chris Weidman or maybe Mark Munoz when he comes back. I don't know.
I was thinking about that, but the thing with Mark Munoz, I mean, he could. I mean, Mark Munoz is coming off a loss, so where that doesn't really benefit. There's not a lot of upside in that fight for Michael Bisping.
No.
I would love to see that fight, but there's just not a lot of upside for Michael Bisping, and
only because of what happened to Mark Munoz last time out. But
right.
It was a controversial loss to Sonnen, but the fact of the matter is, it's a loss on your record, and tenure doesn't do anything for you right now at this point in time, especially in that division. 185 is stacked.
You could talk about how long you've been in the UFC, or regardless. I mean, bottom line is, I'm starting to love Michael Bisping, but he hasn't earned a title shot.
Tenure does not justify title shot.
No.
I'm sorry.
I mean, Matt Hughes has been in the UFC forever. We ready to give him another shot?
Right.
I mean, no.
I mean, it's a little ridiculous at this point.